I'm Jadelyn.
Hi, I'm Kalie, and we're going to talk about Holden Caulfield.
Holden was a very unique individual.
Holden was a very antisocial person. He didn't have very many friends because he got kicked out of every school that he went to.
For example, Holden is getting kicked out of his current school, Pensy Prep.
Holden fails and acts the way he does because of his childhood. He was sexually abused when he was younger.
That is why Holden is very insecure and wants to be the catcher in the rye.
Even though he knows it's not a real job, that is his way of showing that he wants to protect kids.
Holden thought of this job because of a song he heard a little boy singing in the street.
Holden's past has also led him to his attitude and bad habits.
Holden is a very heavy smoker for a 16-year-old, but then again, in the 60s, you could do whatever you wanted.
Holden also has a problem with using a lot of profanity.
I thought Holden was a generous person only because when he gave the nuns money and when he bought his sister a record.
One thing that I have noticed about Holden is how he says "and all" at the end of every sentence.
My overall impression of Holden Caulfield is that he is very insecure and scared. He doesn't like it when people touch him. He freaks out when you do, but he loves his family. I can tell that. Also, he is a very independent person.
I believe Holden is a very brave teenager who has been through a lot. He holds his family very close because of what he has been through. No matter how many bad things Holden has done, I do believe he is a good person and individual.
There are multiple settings in The Catcher in the Rye.
One of the most important settings is in the motel.
Holden was in New York for 3 days.
Another setting in the book is at the carousel.
Pensy Prep is obviously another setting since that is where he was going to school.
Holden goes to his social studies teacher's house.
Holden also goes to the museum to try to find his sister.
My favorite scene in The Catcher in the Rye is when Holden is talking to his sister at their house in her room.
We got to see a whole other side of Holden.
He really does love his sister and thinks he can tell her anything.
Holden's sister is very honest with Holden about how she feels.
I personally like The Catcher in the Rye and recommend it to everyone.
I also like The Catcher in the Rye. I would recommend this book only to teenagers because of all the profanity and smoking he does.
The end?